I have a question for you. Do you love going to work? No, let me change that question. Do you love the people you work with? I'm a dentist, and I love going to work every day, and I love my team. When I'm in conversations with dentists around the country, I know a lot of really good clinicians, and oftentimes they'll say to me, I wish I could just do the dentistry. I wouldn't have to deal with the staff. They call them staff, they don't call them teammates, and they look at them as like the enemy. The patients, the enemy. They just want to do the procedures. Well, I'll tell you something. If I didn't have a great team around me, I would be terrible at my job and it wouldn't be a lot of fun. I think one of the most important things that you can do to become a successful dentist, practitioner, whether you're a dentist, a restaurant owner, a physician, no matter what you do, is to develop a supportive team around you. You know, in my book, Treating People, Not Patients, I have a chapter, and it's titled, I think it's chapter number 8, and it's called The Unsung Heroes. And the reason I call them unsung heroes is because not everybody gives the team the accolades that they deserve. In our practice, my team gets accolades every day. We have close to 1,000 5-star Google reviews, and many of them mention various teammates, whether it's Danielle or Taylor or Ashley. I have 2 Ashleys. They could be both Ashley. Ashley in the front, Ashley in the back. And they're constantly getting shout outs about how great they are because they serve my patients, our patients, the patients that come in for treatment. And if you don't respect your teammates and build them up on a daily basis, they're not going to be there to serve our patients. And then the stress level just goes very high. I remember being at a friend's house in Atlanta, and I was visiting one of my mentors, and an oral surgeon who I've known for 30 years, and he just sold his practice, and he was doing well financially. And he's a very good oral surgeon, one of the best in Atlanta. He goes, man, I go, how you doing? Because he's getting a little older. He's still working. He goes, yeah, I love the work. He goes, I just hate my team. He didn't call them team. He goes, I just hate the staff. And I felt sorry for him because if I went to work every day and I didn't like the people with whom I work, it'd be a really bad day. It's sort of like being in a bad marriage. And some of you may have been in bad marriages. Many of us are in bad relationships. As I get older, one of the things I learned from Dan Sullivan is that you want to have a freedom in relationship. And what does that mean? I want to be free to have relationships with the people whom I want to be in a relationship with. So early in my career, I had bad lawyers, I had bad accountants, I had bad vendors, I worked with bad dentists, I had bad people in my life, my team wasn't the same. What's happened is I decided what kind of team that I needed to support me so that we could be successful. And one of the things that we do every year, and it's one of my favorite days of the year, is Team Building Day. And we go to New York City. Now, I grew up in Connecticut. I'm in New York all the time. I've been teaching at NYU for 40 years. I love going into New York City. And it's a gift that I share with my team. Now, a lot of my team doesn't like being in New York City. We're only 40 miles away, 42 miles away from the center of New York City. But a lot of my teammates, people that I work with, never ever go to New York, and some of them have never seen a Broadway play. So every year we get together in the office, we have coffee around 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, we take an early train to New York, we arrive in New York City by 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock at the latest, and then we're off. And it's an adventure. And we don't get back to Connecticut to sometimes midnight or even 1 o'clock in the morning, sometimes even later for some of my team members. And what do we do there in that day? We have a lot of fun. And I love planning out that day. And we may go to an event early in the morning. We may go on a scavenger hunt, as we did this year. We spent a couple hours in Central Park. We eat at the boathouse overlooking the lake. Maybe we'll get into boats and we'll go around. Maybe we'll take bikes through the park or something like that. And then this year we did karaoke. Jose, who's filming this video right now, is a great singer. And he's a great organizer of karaoke. And I'm not a good singer, but I have a lot of fun getting up there, and he puts on the songs that people can sing. And I'll tell you something, we're in the karaoke room for 2.5 hours. I had to beg him to get out because we had to get to the play. And then this year we saw Hell's Kitchen, featuring Alicia Keys music, which is great. Nobody knows who Alicia Keys is, or some people do, some don't. And then we get to the play, it's like, wow, they're singing those songs all the way home. And then maybe cocktails later, or another drink or dinner somewhere. It's a fun day. And I'm hanging out with the people that we work with on a daily basis. And they get to see different sides of each other. But you know what? They really don't see different sides of each other. Because who we are being in work is who we are at play. We take the same selves to both places. And what happens is all those barriers get removed, all those layers, that we have. We peel back the onion, as Parendell says. We peel back the layers of the onion and we get to our essence. And then when our essences communicate with each other, guess what? We're vulnerable with each other. And we can support each other. And we can support our patients because our patients aren't vulnerable. So when I have that strong team that feels confident that we're doing the right work, we have a great day. And we do the right work with our patients. It's not easy. Nothing great is. But if you're not loving on your team, figure out a way to do it. And you may not be the one, but find someone who can do that, who could bring that team together. I'm really lucky that I love this, but I wouldn't be doing it unless I loved it. And at my age, I'm 71 years old. If I'm not doing what I love to do, I've led a pretty bad life. But you don't have to wait till you're 70 years old before you do this. Begin now. Begin to be the gift to those you serve, not only your patients, but your teammates. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, be the gift.